Okay, y'all, batter up. This new moon cycle has the potential to blow us out of the park. Picture the thunderous crack of a baseball hitting a bat. This can feel good, bad, both in between, but definitely you'll feel the intensity and confrontation. It could even feel like you're getting smacked across the field. Something you've been focusing and working on since January of 2025 is finally snapping into place, whether you like that or not. Perhaps something you need to let go of will also snap out of place and dislodge from your life. We will see. Calling it now, but whatever happens in this 29-day cycle is going to strike you like lightning into a new paradigm. Either you'll suddenly know when it hits, or you'll be able to look back on this cycle and see where you spontaneously shifted into a new existence. However, pausing for a second, I don't want to sensationalize this too much. This shift could be subtle and require you to really introspect to discover its impact. For some people, though, this could be a big choice point that leads to a new direction. If you're expecting this new moon to save you from whatever you're dealing with, that's a lot of pressure to put on a moon. Probably best you take that up with the big guy upstairs because Luna wants none of that. She's just trying to vibe cyclically. Now we're going to bring the nodes of fate into this conversation. No worries if you can't think back or locate what the heck you were focusing on in January 2025. I'll summarize the overall themes we've collectively been leaning into for clues and reflections. The thing that is happening with this new moon that connects us to January 2025 is the Great Awakener, Uranus, is exactly square the nodes of fate, aka the lunar nodes. Since January 25, they've been in opposing signs Pisces for the north node and Virgo for the south node. The lunar nodes change signs and themes around every year and a half. The current nodes are about to change sign again soon, so we're on the last leg of the storyline as the square confronts us. The impact of a nodal transit becomes more clear when you know what area of your chart it has been in process. By looking here, tangible evidence and proof can be accounted for. I'd actually love to write a post about what's happened in my life once it's all said and done and the nodes move again. Well, once the nodes move and the eclipses finally stop taking place in these signs, that will continue on some months longer. The North and South Node have been in my money and resource houses, and so much has happened and changed there. However, we're not going there now. For the general reading, I'll just be focusing on the archetypal themes and see if you resonate with any life lessons. The North Node is where energy and direction is currently flowing. And in order to do so, energy and momentum is removed from the opposite energy of the South Node. This cosmic reorganization becomes extra clear around eclipse seasons because those big celestial events occur due to the nodes. The North Node in Pisces has been directing energy toward spiritual connection, altered states of consciousness, flow state, intuition, art, music, dance, and mental health and spiritual health. Pisces energy asks us to let go and let God. It is the ultimate place of trusting the process without a clear map or plan of execution. This is a quantum energy where things can spontaneously materialize out of thin air and miracles can happen. In order to lean into watery Pisces energy, the South Node in Virgo has caused us to let go of a lot of our control freak tendencies and hypervigilance. Virgo is a beautiful sign, as they all are, but with the South Node expression, the shadow aspects become loud. Perfectionism, criticism, overpreparedness, unchecked servitude, maladaptive meticulousness, and hypochondriasis have all become louder. These tendencies have just not been allowed to coexist in our experience as they once did in the background and in the shadows. I know for me, since the nodes have been here, I have had to let go of doing so much for other people. Before this, I felt a compulsive need to give, be of service, and put things together for others. I had an image to uphold and an unspoken debt to pay in cleaning up others' messes. I was chronically exhausted and a bit bitter because my life belonged to so many things and revolved around other people's choices. I had my hands involved in keeping so many plates spinning, and I could never simply just be. Meanwhile, my biggest craving was having time and space to just be and let creativity spontaneously arise without schedules or timelines. Here at the end of this nodal journey, I am a lot more relaxed and in the holy flow. Don't get me wrong, I've still been working hard and plenty busy, but I've also let so much of the extra fluff fall away. Literally, as I'm typing this, I'm in the woods with no cell signal, taking the weekend to simply be in nature, camping, and unwinding my nervous system. Speaking of nervous system, let's get into what's happening with Uranus, the planet that correlates to the system in our bodies. Uranus is the planet that is co present with this new moon, and it's the thing that's squaring and triggering the nodes. You may know that Uranus entered Gemini officially on April 25th. You may also know that this energy is quite a mover and shaker. Now that we're in this and have had several activations since the end of April, you may feel how rapidly things are changing. Uranus in the sign is quick acting. Probably for all of us, you can already notice a quickness of things changing in the Gemini area of your chart based on your rising sign. At the very least, you can spot the volatility of what is going on in that sector of life. If Gemini is your money and resource house, there's big changes in how that's shaping up. Gemini in your health area, there's disruption of your old patterns and health outcomes. Gemini in your travel and education sector, you get the point. This new moon is taking what's already beginning to happen in this area of life for you and making it an even more solidified new timeline that will play out for this month as well as the next 6 months. This is a really good time to pause and reflect. What is changing for you? How are you adapting to the volatility? How can you accept this volatility and allow it to help you upgrade and awaken your life? We are just getting started with Uranus and Gemini, but I'm a firm believer that how you start anything matters and how it shapes out over time. This new moon is a chance to set some very clear intentions on how you will align with this energy moving forward for the next about 7 years. Uranus leaves Gemini in 2033. All right, let's wrap this shiz up, shall we? A couple other things are happening in the new moon chart that just give a little more color shading to this picture of this upcoming month. We have transit Mercury in Cancer. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini and therefore this new moon. Mercury is entering a sextile with Mars in Taurus. This is a signal to us that this cycle will be action oriented with some minor and major challenges to get us in motion. Actions around home life, material resources and pleasures, maternal related things, food, family, and emotional caretaking will likely be on the increase. We also have Venus, who has freshly entered Leo at the first degree. Venus just got a boost and magnifying glass on her the week prior by joining up with Jupiter, the other benefic. Now she is in a sign she does pretty well in. However, soon on the horizon is an opposition to Pluto. Power dynamics in direct relationships, friendships, and with authorities like bosses at work are getting pressurized. In this moon cycle, truths may come to the surface, money matters may experience some intensity, and things could get a little spicy and toxic in relationships in general. We're used to it at this point, right? Anyway, just pointing out that this stuff will come up, so don't be alarmed. Just flow with it and always do your best to navigate life with grace and self respect. There could definitely be some shifts in power in your life. and collectively in the cycle. The Pluto Venus stuff will bring deeper energies to the surface, so be prepared to learn and adapt to what's been hiding under the surface. My final comment about this chart to sum things up. This seems like a month where we will be busy moving, adapting, and changing. We may also feel a final test vibe with the nodal square going on. We're seeing if we've really learned and grown since January 2025, or if we're still stuck in our South Node ways. It's a good moon cycle to show up and move things forward. Good luck. Hopefully, it's you smacking things across the field versus getting smacked across the field. But hey, whatever happens, it has the potential to upgrade you and your life. So get out there, champ.